What's up gamers, this is D-Man here, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite video games on the Nintendo Gamecube. Now, there's a lot of different games on the Gamecube that I grew up with, as the Gamecube is one of my favorite systems of all time because it was the first system, that and the PS2 were the first systems that I grew up with when I was like 5, 6-ish area. I know, I'm a baby, but some of you may be older. But I'm going to go through all these different games that I have in a pile here and some honorable mentions. And then there's one game that I actually still don't own that's a little expensive, one or two. There's a couple actually that I still don't own that I'd love to add to my collection in the future. But I'm going to start going through and talking about these. First off on my GameCube list would be Super Smash Bros. Melee. This was the Super Smash Bros. Game. I didn't grow up with the Nintendo 64, so this was the game that I played so much of as a kid because I was just so like excited to play as all these different Nintendo characters in a game, and to be able to play as them all and fight it out and do these different modes like the adventure mode, the break the targets, all that stuff with these different Nintendo characters was super cool, and the roster was really good for its time. I don't know how many characters, but I think it was like 24 or something in Melee. So very cool game. The unique mechanics that the game had. There's still the tournaments going on to this day with the Melee players because it's such a big deal with EVO and all that. But apparently Smash Brothers is pulling out of EVO now, so that'd be a whole nother topic, but very interesting. But Smash Melee has been a part of like the Smash community for years and years on end, and still is to this day. Next up on my list is Super Mario Sunshine. I did talk about this in a previous video on some of my favorite video games of all time. Super Mario Sunshine. This is actually my original copy that I had as a kid that my brother got when he got the Nintendo Gamecube. It even has some white paint right there on the edge of the case there. I'm not even sure where that's from, but somewhere down the line from our old house we lived in. Super Mario Sunshine, as I said in my favorite video games video, I love Isle Delfino, I love the characters, I love the idea of using a squirt bottle to flood to be able to spray down enemies and get rid of dirt and to clean the island up and all that. Mario going to prison and having to work community service basically to be able to be free again and make this island beautiful again, which I don't know, it's really cool. And then there's the levels where they take flood away from you, which are pretty cool things. So next up on my list is Donkey Konga. I didn't list the second one because I mean I have both, but they're very similar. The only reason why I have this on my list is because it's fun nostalgia. I remember as a kid having it, and it was one of those things that was just some good nostalgia, playing Donkey Konga every now and then. It's a fun party game to play with friends and stuff when they're over, when they're around, you know. It's just a cool mini Donkey Kong game from way back in the day. They made a third one, but I think it's only Japan exclusive. Next up would be Star Fox Adventures. I love this game. I remember back in the day being at Walmart or Target or GameStop, one of the three, I don't remember because it was so long ago. And I remember playing this in the store a little bit on one of the TVs, you know, because back in the day, they had that like everywhere that you'd go and walk in the store, you'd be able to test out some of the video games and such. Star Fox Adventures was one of those games, and we had it when I was younger. I never had finished it, and it's kind of an open world Star Fox, and it was a different, unique take for Star Fox as a whole, instead of being just spaceships shooting everything kind of thing. It was an open world type adventure, and I hope one day we get another game similar to Star Fox Adventures. Really cool. I think it's just a cool Star Fox game. I grew up with it, and these are all really nostalgic games to me. Next up would be The Hobbit. This might not be on a lot of people's lists, but I love this game. I absolutely love this game. I didn't finish it when I was a kid because it was too difficult for me to get past certain points that you had to sneak around. But then, as soon as I got this game for the GameCube, quite a few years back when I rebought it, I had beaten the game, and I still really enjoy it. It's a really fun game. Honestly, probably one of the best Lord of the Rings related games that they've done. I have some nostalgia for a couple others too, thanks to my brother, but The Hobbit was such a really fun, good game, and this was way before the movies. So when the movies came out, I had knowledge of them because of this game, because I did not read the books, because I'm not much of a book reader aside from like comic books and stuff. So going into the movies, I knew a little bit because of this game, and this game will always stand out for me. Next up is Animal Crossing, the very first Animal Crossing game on the Nintendo Gamecube. Let me tell you, this game, I played so many hours as a kid. This game helped me learn how to read, honestly. Like, I was like 5 or 6 years old when this game came out, and every Saturday night I'd be like, it's Saturday night, because KK Slider was gonna sing his song with his guitar, and then you unlock that song for your house. And I could not get enough of this game as a kid. And I love the new one on the Switch so much. I mean, I played like over 150 hours. This one I think I played like way more than that though, because as a kid this was like one of the very few games I just kept going back to every single day to just talk to the people and do different things. And this one didn't even have nearly as much as the new one does and stuff. And it's just, this is one of those huge nostalgic trips back, which I haven't played in a super, super long time, but maybe one of these days I'll go back with my memory cards and find one of my areas that from many years ago. Next up on my list is Kirby Air Ride. Oh boy, do I have some more nostalgia trip with this game. Me and a friend, we used to stay up really late playing this game, just out in the like open areas and not even like doing the main stuff. We would just like explore around like the open areas of the map and just kind of try finding each other and hitting each other with like items and stuff. I don't remember everything about it, but it's been a minute since I played it. But this game, it's one of my favorite Kirby games, to say the least, because of the nostalgia that I have with it with a friend that we just stayed up super late playing it and messing around with it. Next up on my list is the Sonic Mega Collection. I think they've released this on other things as well, but I think this is actually my original copy as well. I've had this game for so many years. Not only did I play it quite a bit and played all the different games on it, it's got Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It's got some other spin-off games that aren't even Sonic games on it. What an awesome collection right here. And let me tell you, like, my sister, she'd be obsessed with Mean Bean Machine, and some of the games on here, it's just such a wonderful collection of games here. And I recommend, I think they made a new collection, I'm not 100% related to Sonic, that's pretty good, but the Mega Collection will always stand out to me for Sonic, and it's really what made me become a Sonic fan, was this Sonic Mega Collection right here. Next up on my list is Mario Party 4. This is actually my first experience with Mario Party because of, I did not have a Nintendo 64 growing up. We had PlayStation, we had GameCube, and my brothers had a Sega Saturn over getting a Nintendo 64 because my dad liked the disc idea, I guess, that you could put DVDs in there. So, I don't know. So Mario Party 4 was my first experience with Mario Party. We never got an N64. I didn't get one until I got into high school. But Mario Party, the mini games in this one just are so nostalgic. The maps are smaller, it's simple, but the reason why this is my favorite Mario Party is just because it was my very first one. So it kind of always hits home right here with this one, and that's and I love the new one because it added some of the mini games from 4 in it, and I hope they add DLC to that and maybe add some maps from 4. Next up on my list is a game that I did not mention on my favorite games of all time video, but it would have been an honorable mention, and it's definitely one of my top favorite GameCube games, and that's Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door. This game, wow, the gameplay, the story, the characters for this being a Paper Mario, the map going from location to location, the boss battles, which are really challenging. The final boss is actually really super hard. The leveling system, everything about this RPG, I love. This is what got me into RPGs, actually, like turn-based. I don't play a lot of turn-based RPGs because they're not as much my thing as they are others, because I didn't grow up with them much. But this was the one that I played the most as a kid, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door, and I love this game. And I wish they would do another Paper Mario that was like this, but I understand that Nintendo's innovative and wants to change things up and do different things. Next up on my list is Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I love this game. I love this and Coliseum. However, I do not own Coliseum. But this game actually goes for a hefty price now. I got this at a good deal of like $50 or $60, I think, and now the game goes for like over $100. So I'm really glad that I own it. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, having a Shadow Lugia, which I really hope they would bring back. I don't know if they did in Pokemon Go or not. I don't play a lot of Pokemon Go, but having this is basically what we wanted, kind of, for the mainline Pokemon games up until Arceus. We wanted something similar to what the GameCube gave us with Coliseum and XD, but we never really got that until now. We're starting to slowly get what we got with these games, which were just spin-off titles, but they were still really fun and really good games. Next up on my list is Sonic Heroes. Okay, no. But Sonic Heroes, love this game. The fact that you have a team of 3, and there's 4 different teams to go through. Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Chaotix, and Team Rose. It's awesome that there's 4 different teams to play as throughout the story of this game. I think they all have a different story, but I'm not 100%. It's been a while since I've played this game, but it's a really good Sonic game. It honestly was, I think, one of the last Sonic games that was really good before Sonic started kind of going down a slippery slope. We do have an open world Sonic game on the way. I'm very curious how that's going to work, but nonetheless, I'm excited. Alright, I have a few honorable mentions, a couple that I do not own. So one of them is going to be Super Mario Strikers. I absolutely loved that game growing up. I remember when I was a kid, I went to church and they had video games there, and like they had a GameCube and Super Mario Strikers, and that was my most memorable moments, was playing Super Mario Strikers there with all the other kids. It was such a really fun, cool experience of a game. And now we're getting a new Super Mario Strikers, which is awesome, and we've all been asking for one for years, so I'm super, super excited to get into that and play that with some friends, online and offline. And then another one that I have that I do not own for GameCube, but I own for PS3 that I'm going to mention is the Sonic Adventure Battle 2, or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, however you want to say it. I love that game, the KO world, the story, the gameplay, the music was awesome in that game. That's still probably my favorite Sonic game of all time, to be honest. But speaking of Sonic, I have a couple Sonic games that are honorable mentions. One of them is Sonic Riders. There might be a lot of people who didn't like this game, but for me, it's just nostalgic. I remember when I was younger, I would get really mad at this game because it was hard. And then playing it again, I mean, it's still kind of difficult, but I mean, it's just a nostalgia trip just to play for the heck of it. Maybe do verses or whatever, you know. It's not something I'm out to beat or anything. It's just something to have a little bit of fun with. And then next up, Sonic-wise, I have Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog getting his own game was awesome. The being like the villain and or an anti-hero, whatever you want to call him, and being able to destroy or protect, super cool, super fun game. A lot like Sonic Adventure 2. This came out after that, and its gameplay is similar, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just really cool. This was during Sonic in his prime, man. Well, actually, his real prime was technically before the GameCube, but for me, the GameCube era was, of course, my era growing up as a kid, as one of my first gaming systems that I ever played games on. And now, last but not least, I have Luigi's Mansion. I also didn't mention Metroid Prime. I do own the first one. I do not own all 3. I have not played all 3. I know. It's ridiculous. I probably should. I'm hoping the Nintendo Switch before Prime 4 does a collection of 1 through 3. I really, really hope that they do, because the Metroid Prime series, I heard, is one of the best Nintendo series ever. If they don't do it, then I'll just replay all 3 on GameCube. I'll buy 2 and 3 and just binge all 3 of them on there, or I'll just get them for the Wii, as long as I can use a GameCube controller of sorts. But anyways, guys, Luigi's Mansion is going to be the last one that I'm going to talk about here. The first Luigi's Mansion is kind of special. This isn't an original copy for me. Well, it is, but it's not one that I have had since I was little. Luigi's Mansion, it's fun. I always tend to get stuck in this kind of game. For some reason, I always would get stuck at some points during playing this game because of the puzzles. Same with Luigi's Mansion 3. I'd get stuck because of the puzzles and have to YouTube what to do. But they're still really, really fun games, whether I finish them or not. Like, they're really fun to play, and I definitely recommend them to people because this was Luigi's time to shine over Mario's. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about my Nintendo GameCube trip, nostalgia trip, all the games that I love for Nintendo GameCube. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, as we got more gaming videos to come talking about video games and news, and maybe we'll do some other stuff down the line, such as skits and stuff. I don't know, I'm getting different ideas. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.